different ways and is enjoyed every day by morning. Hi everyone, my name is Vishwa and you are watching Facts No Printer, a show where we talk about all fun things about facts around the world and beyond. In this episode, we will talk about some of the cool things about many of our favorite beverage, besides water, arguably, and that is coffee. Coffee is enjoyed in so many different forms, including drinking it in different ways, eating it in different ways, and it is enjoyed every day and every morning by millions and millions of people around the world. Without further ado, let's learn about coffee. Number 1, coffee is a fruit. Yes, what we refer to as a coffee bean is actually the seed from inside the purple/red fruit, which is known as the coffee cherry. During the process of extracting these coffee beans or seeds, the fruit is generally discarded. Number 2, the second highest traded commodity in the world is coffee, only after oil. In many of these countries, especially those around the equator, such as Kenya, Colombia, Costa Rica, Brazil, Indonesia, and more, coffee is a big part of the economy and leads to many jobs in the industry. Number 3, did you know that it is believed that coffee was first discovered in Ethiopia in East Africa? There is a legend that a goat herder in the 9th century named Khalid noticed his goats were more energetic after eating the berries from a plant. He was curious, so he ate them himself, and he had a burst of energy, which we now know to be from the caffeine in coffee. Number 4, have you ever wondered how coffee can be decaffeinated? Well, the process usually starts with soaking green coffee beans in hot water, then using solvents like methylene chloride or ethyl acetate to the water to bind to the caffeine and remove the compounds of it. This decaffeination process is considered safe though, as once the coffee beans are processed, the liquids and solvents used in the process are all evaporated by that point. Number 5, for commercial purposes, there are 2 main types of coffee beans, Arabica and Robusta. The Arabica beans are known to possess a smooth and mild flavor. Meanwhile, Robusta coffee beans have a more pronounced taste as well as it's stronger. I personally prefer Arabica. Number 6, did you know that Ludwig van Beethoven, yes, the classical composer, loved coffee? In fact, he insisted on exactly 60 coffee beans for each cup when he brewed his coffee. 60 beans for each cup. Talk about being obsessed with coffee. Number 7, coffee was one of the driving forces behind one of the most important inventions of our time, which is the webcam. The first webcam was developed at the University of Cambridge in 1991 because of the need to keep an eye out on a coffee pot without needing to actually leave the desk. Laziness can be useful too sometimes, guys. Number 8, the most expensive coffee in the world is known as civet coffee. This is when coffee cherries are eaten and excreted by a civet, which is a small type of mammal. The price of these beans are about $500 per kilogram. Number 9, the Boston Tea Party had a partial influence on the switch to coffee in American culture. During the American Revolution, tea was taxed a lot, so many people switched to coffee as a substitute. So many historians do believe that the Boston Tea Party in 1773 led to the rise in popularity of coffee in the United States. And finally, number 10. Not so much of a shocking fact to some, but you can actually eat coffee beans. I had a coffee bean coated chocolate once, and I still remember the taste. So delicious, and highly recommend. I think you can get it at Bulk Barn though, not sponsored. My favorite form of coffee besides the chocolate form is an iced coffee, specifically iced caramel macchiato with an extra pump of caramel. That extra pump is very necessary. So good. But recently I have been warming up to other forms of coffee, especially hot coffee and even black coffee. So much coffee. My favorite coffee trend was the one about the whipped instant coffee, the Dalgona coffee, I think. So good. But that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you learned something new today about coffee, as did I. And I will grab a cup of coffee after this episode. See you next time on another episode of Facts No Printer. Bye!